middleweight. And let's go to Michael Buffer at center ring for the announcement.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Resorts, here is the first part of our main event doubleheader. This is scheduled for 10 rounds in the middleweight division. The referee for this contest is Tony Orlando. And now introducing, first in the red corner, wearing blue trunks with white trim. He weighs 163 pounds from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. He has an outstanding professional record, 22 victories, only 3 losses and 2 draws, 13 big knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Rico Hoye. And introducing in the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with white trim, he weighs 160 1/4 pounds, boxing out of Yonkers, New York. His record, 23 victories, only 1 loss, 2 draws, 15 by knockout. He also holds the ESPN Middleweight Championship, which is not on the line tonight. Introducing Doug the Cobra DeWitt.
Michael Buffer with the introduction of the 2 fighters. Tony Orlando summoning them to center ring for the instructions of the fight.
Doug, I want a good, clean fight. When I tell you to break, I want you to break clean, hands up. If you have a knockdown, the fighter's going to knockdown, go to the furthest neutral corner and stay there till I tell you to come out. Watch the low blows, no wrestling, listen to my commands. Any questions? Shake hands, go back to your corner.
Al Bernstein, as you take a look at a 22-year-old Doug DeWitt, along with a 30-year-old Bobby Rico Hoye, will be fighting here tonight in the fight. How do you take a look at, of course, certainly the veteran against a guy who indeed has started to establish himself as one of the best in the middle?
As we look at DeWitt, the 22-year-old coming off that big win over Tinley, he said it very well, though. He said that win over Tinley means nothing if I lose to Hoye tonight. And you can understand his thinking because he has bigger game in mind, top 10 fighters. Hoye, on the other hand, at the age of 30, is coming off a draw against Kevin Perry. Now, even though it was a draw, we saw Perry beat Tony Suero here on ESPN. So Perry is a tough middleweight, and getting a draw with him is a good feather in Hoye's cap.
That was one of the first things that Doug DeWitt said. He said, hey, I'm not looking past this one at all because Kevin Perry, I know what he can do. And if Hoye can certainly go the distance with him, I know that he'll come out fighting.
Now, there was a good left hook to the body by Doug DeWitt. That is his calling card. I think that he has as good a body attack as any middleweight you're likely to see.
That left Hoye as a guy that does indeed try to use that left jab. He sets up a lot of things, but has a pretty good knockout combination.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of look Doug DeWitt gives us against Tinley. He boxed because he said he didn't feel strong for that fight. He did not come in, he said, at 100%. He says he's in great shape for this fight, so we might see DeWitt try and fight inside and bully Hoye around. And that's what he's doing so far. So Doug DeWitt giving us a different look.
DeWitt said he'd been training for about the last 6 weeks and trying to train as hard as he can since that last fight on February the 17th. And went the full 12 rounds. Halfway through round number 1, we are indeed set for 10. I think we checked with everybody in the building on this one to make sure that we were correct, and they all said yes.
Yes, Virginia, this is a 10-rounder. You know, DeWitt is getting inside and using the left hook. His left hook is a good one. And there's the jab. Now, that's the punch that most boxing observers didn't think he had until the Tinley fight. But he used it so effectively there, and he's using it also against Rico Hoye tonight.
I was quite amazed, Al, when you told me he used about 90% of the punches went to the body of Tinsley.
Yeah, when he fought Tinley, that was about the ratio that landed to the body, and the judges gave him credit for those punches. There's the left hook to the head, and he is getting there to the head of Rico Hoye.
Rico Hoye out of Detroit, Michigan, again 30 years of age. But this is a good knockout punch himself. His last fight was on January the 30th, that 10-round draw with Kevin Perry out of Philadelphia.
Let go of the hand, Bobby. Let go of the hand.
He has had a lot of inactivity, which we'll be alluding to before the fight is all over. But feels now, with Bill Glutz in his corner, he certainly has him opportunity to get some more fights and starting to make a climb, even though that 30 years of age will be one of the detriments.
Well, he didn't fight at all in 1981 or 1982. He didn't retire. He was just inactive and then changed management, and now he's been fighting more often.
Doug DeWitt out of Yonkers, New York, the ESPN middleweight champion in the red. Bobby Rico Hoye in the blue. They continue, and with more of our fighting, this has been round 1.
DeWitt fights. This is the key punch for him, the left hook, and that one got home to the head, and many also landed to the body. If he can keep that punch going, it'll be a good night for him.
Doug DeWitt is in the red, while Bobby Rico Hoye in the blue. This is round 2, scheduled for 10. This, once again, is not for the middleweight championship for the ESPN, but indeed a tune-up fight for Doug DeWitt. Bobby Rico, of course, at 30 years of age, has to have this fight tonight to continue. Al Bernstein, first round. How'd it look?
I gave it to Doug DeWitt. I thought he landed the more effective punches, and as evidenced by that left hook we saw in the replay, and he has landed that punch off.
Now, one of the things, of course, he did score with that over-the-top left, but one of the things his corner indicated is to go downstairs. Let Hoye try to double up, and then you can go on the top.
They gave him some very sound advice. They pointed out that he's still pretty slick, and he's slipping those punches to the head, so go to the body, you can hit him there, and then later on you can come upstairs. And that is pretty much normally the DeWitt game plan.
You know, DeWitt made the comment also against Tinley that he was about 60% ready for that fight, and he said he really got himself mentally into it just minutes before he stepped into the ring.
Yeah, indeed. He looked very tense today at the fight. Now, this is interesting. Oh, good left hook by DeWitt. A completely different Doug DeWitt than we saw against Tinley. And why? He said it. He feels strong. He thinks he can work on the inside. This is interesting. This will serve notice to the boxing world that DeWitt can fight either way and do so effectively.
Halfway through round 2, scheduled for 10 in the middleweight. Doug DeWitt, Rico Hoye, battle it out here in Atlantic City.
Rico Hoye felt that DeWitt would not be any stronger on the inside than Kevin Perry was, and indeed Kevin Perry is very strong. I wonder if Rico Hoye changed his mind at this point. We don't know. It's early in the fight, and Hoye is still, you know, punching back and fighting well, but I think he has felt the strength of DeWitt on the inside.
I think you can plainly tell with that left jab, when it does sting, it comes so quickly from DeWitt. You wonder why he's called the Cobra. That's exactly why, because he can sting you with that left jab. Then, of course, comes with his best punch, the left hook to the body.
Good uppercut by Hoye. He is either going to have to work a little more effectively on the inside, or he is going to have to get at long range, where perhaps he can land some of his punches. DeWitt covering up very well.
Hoye again just trying to counter off of what DeWitt, as Al has pointed out, has become very aggressive here with 30 seconds to go in round 2.
Now there, Hoye threw a good combination. One punch got through, but a couple of them were blocked by DeWitt.
Boy, that team's time came on the top of the head with both a left and a right that scored. Rico Hoye, 30 years of age. Detroit, Michigan is what he calls home. 23-3-2 is his record. Very inactive with only 6 fights in September of 1979. And there's the end of round 2 as both fighters will go to their corner for some more instruction. Rico Hoye, who again had 3 knockouts before going that 10 rounds with Perry a moment ago. Let's go in first of all to Doug DeWitt.
He's starting to hold on now, and then he's coming on. He's throwing 2 or 3 punches. Then he's waiting, he's throwing 2 or 3. You just keep hurting him downstairs, Doug, and keep using your jabs. Concentrate.
You had it running on the body. You got to stay on the body, kid.
Concentrate.
You hurt him now?
Yeah, you hurt him. He's starting to hold the top of your head now. You're hurting him to the body. Keep banging it downstairs, okay? You can hit him to the body.
The main thing to remember is he brings his left jab back real slow, and he keeps his left hand low. You got to work on right hands behind your jab and drop it right in.